Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Buck Bomb live here Thursday night. Good to see everyone. Hopefully, everybody is having a great Christmas and holiday season so far. It's second or third week of December right now, December 14th. So a lot of cold weather's really started to push through the country. You know, the southeast had actually some pretty good snow last weekend, last Friday night into early Saturday morning, and shut a lot of things down, and actually had some trees come down. It was one of those real heavy wet snows, which of course, as we all know, the people in the southeast aren't prepared for, and usually kind of hole up when that happens. You know, all kinds of traffic in Atlanta is getting backed up and everything, just like always happens whenever it snows down there. So folks up north in the Midwest know exactly what we're talking about, but they're built for it, which is interesting because our friends in Iowa at the home office in Iowa there haven't had any snow yet, really, to speak of, other than a few traces and a couple of flurries. So that's kind of interesting how that happened. There's actually a little bit of snow in the North Georgia area still melting off from last weekend, but it's definitely time to break out the cold weather camo. Putting on those layers, putting on your stocking caps when you're going hunting. I got this nice little warm cap right here. This one you can actually buy off the website on the shop site there. So go out to buckbomb.com and go to shop.hunterspec.com. You can actually you can get yourself one of these bad boys right here if you're looking to stay warm this year, or if you've got a buddy or family member that you're looking for a Christmas present for. There's a couple of good goodies out there that you might be able to get to them. So, as you can see the calendar here, it's the last page of the year. It's December. I got no more pages right here. I'm gonna have to get me another calendar with ridiculously huge bucks on it. But December, in a couple weeks, it's gonna be Christmas. Actually, in basically a little over a week, it's gonna be Christmas, and then. After that, it's gonna be ATA show time, and if you've been watching, keeping up with the rut report here that we did, starting in 1st of October through November, you are aware that at the ATA show we're going to be announcing the winner of the grand prize of the rut report, and you also realize what that grand prize is it's a giveaway of a 2018 November rut whitetail hunt with Big Neck Outfitters in Illinois and the Golden Triangle of Illinois. So that's going to be really fun. When that actually happens next year, I believe it's November 4th through 8th. It's a 5-day hunt, and whoever that winner is, they've just got to get themselves there. And then once they show up, their tag and their outfitter fees and their food and lodging and all that is all taken care of by the Buck Bomb folks. And Jason will actually, who's normally on this with you, will actually be there for that hunt and hunting with whoever wins that. So you might actually grill Jason on a few tips and questions if you have any, because he's one of the most knowledgeable hunters I know. I put him up against anyone when it comes to figuring out a piece of property and hunting deer and things like that. So a few weeks ago we were talking about the deer that he actually harvested in Illinois this year. He's from Illinois. He goes back to Illinois every year, and he went back to he went to a brand new property he'd never hunted before this year, and ended up connecting with a really nice 9-point buck, a real mature deer. And like we've kind of mentioned earlier, is he actually put 2 and 2 together with that deer by using a brand new Buck Bomb scent for 2018. It's not even on the market yet. Next year's gonna be the first year you can get it. It's a scrape generator. So you ask, well, what the heck is a scrape generator? Why is it better than the doe pee that I normally put in there? Well, doe and estrus, or extras, which is our certified doe estrus, is great to use in the peak of the rut. And doe pee is really good for early season before the rut really kicks in, before it makes sense to really have any an estrus scent out there. But a scrape generator, what it is, it really imitates the urine of not only a doe but also a buck with that doe. So it's a natural urine actually, and We actually have a full line of other synthetic scents coming out for 2018, but the Scrape Generator is a natural urine, and Jason harvested his deer with his face right in the spot where he had sprayed the Scrape Generator, which is really cool. We love to get those kind of results ahead of time before we actually introduce product to the market. See some in the field results like that. So doesn't get any better than that. I mean, not only it's not like he got a trail camera picture with it, which he did get lots of trail camera pictures with it, but he actually harvested a big buck, right over a spot. And in Illinois, you can't bait while you're hunting. You can't even bait or put food out for a trail camera. So he's big into mock scrapes and using the forehead gland scent and things like that. So that's really cool. And we'll talk more about the forehead gland scent and the brand new Scrape Generator for next year at the ATA show. For me tonight, I'm looking forward to this. I've got right here, it's a little bit of back strap that I'm looking for, a nice chunk, a Tony sized chunk of back strap. I'm actually going to be frying this one up. This one's not going on the grill. I like to mix it up and how I like to make my deer meat, but that's the golden stuff right there. So I'm looking forward to getting some of that. So hopefully everybody's getting some late season hunting in there. If you haven't filled your tag already, if you've run out of deer tags and you've filled them, congrats to you. But if not, if you're still out there hunting and if you put a deer down, we want to see what's going on out there. See if any of those late season deer start to fall. When the weather really gets cold and the rut gets over and it's post rut, those deer really get back on the feeding patterns. So that's actually one of the best times of the year to really pattern a big buck, because they're more predictable in the rut. They could, if they're on a doe, if they're locked on a doe, they're going to be with that doe and chasing all around. It's almost kind of luck of the draw where that doe takes that buck. But when that kind of gets over and the cold really starts kicking in, they start hitting those, those feed areas real heavy, whether it's cornfields or beans or whatever you have in your area. But so looking forward to seeing some of those late season deer start to fall. We're going to be keeping going with you here on Thursday nights every week, up through the ATA show, and we're actually going to be giving you guys live updates throughout the show. And the ATA show is actually January 11th through the 13th. It's a 3-day show. It's only folks that are have an in the outdoor industry can actually attend the show. So. Most folks will have to tune in with Facebook Live with us right here. We'll be doing this periodically, showing you what's going on, what new things we have coming out. Talk about the Scrape Generator, catch up with some of our friends and see how their seasons went. So again, keep up with us. Let us know how your season's going here in the late season. We will see you again next week. Jason will be back next week. I won't hold it against him for being gone this week. He's traveling up to visit with our friends up in Iowa, even though he says he's working. He's probably he just got out of a tree stand somewhere. That's just like him. But I won't hold it against him. But anyway, Jason will be back with you guys again next week. Thanks for tuning in. Carl says hopefully he'll be showing a nice Iowa buck next week. That's right, Carl Drake. You've got an Iowa hunt coming up. I think he's got a second gun season tag in Iowa up there. So, Carl, I think you're going to be having some pretty chilly weather, which actually could be perfect for what we just talked about. Those bucks getting on those cold weather feeding patterns. So, hopefully, wherever you're hunting up there has got some good food there to sit over. And I've got a good feeling that you might connect. So, we'll have to keep up with Carl and see how that goes for him next week. So. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in with us. We will see you again next week, same time, same place, right here, 7 p.m.